Hi y'all, it's me Vinny. Welcome back to my channel. I am back, you guys. Happy New Year to all of you. Can't believe it's already 2022. Times goes so fast, probably like too fast. Actually, from my last video, I said that I'm not comfortable talking about religion. I don't know, you guys. For a person that is not that religious, talking about religion is kind of against my knowledge, I guess. I have a very limited knowledge about religion. Not that I don't know about religion at all. I do know, but I am not deeply digging it, like it's just the surface level, I would say. It's not really my passion to dig down about religion that much. So this one is George Carlin, Religion is Bullshit. And this is uploaded 12 years ago with 14 million views. And yeah, let's go find out what's going on in this one.
But in the bullshit department, a businessman can't hold a candle to a clergyman. Because I got to tell you the truth, folks. I got to tell you the truth. When it comes to bullshit, big time, major league bullshit, you have to stand in awe.
Look at his face.
In awe of the all-time champion of false promises and exaggerated claims, religion. No contest. No contest.
I don't know, you guys. I am born and raised here in Indonesia. Talking about religion is something that not everyone willing to do so, because we're going to be attacked from left, right, up, down, from all of the directions, especially when you say something that is against their belief or against someone's belief. Majority of Indonesians are Muslims, so it's all about how the Muslim operates, I would say, the religions of Islam operates. If I'm saying something like that, I'll be doomed. But I'm not saying that religion is bullshit though. There's a lot of good things or goodness that religion teach, but then the way that religion operates is kind of making it missing the good points. That's what I feel.
Religion easily has the greatest bullshit story ever told. Think about it. Religion has actually convinced people that there's an invisible man living in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of every day. And the invisible man has a special list of 10 things he does not want you to do. And if you do any of these 10 things, he has a special place full of fire and smoke and burning and torture and anguish, where he will send you to live and suffer and burn and choke and scream and cry forever and ever till the end of time. But he loves you.
I mean, I don't know, you guys. Do I believe that there is a heaven or hell? I feel like when we're living in this world, we experience both. Sometimes if we do bad things, then we will experience hell, but hell on earth. But do I believe that there is something like that at the end of the day, when we die? Well, I'm not dead yet, so I'm not there. But the idea of if you did bad things and you're gonna get punishment when you die is kind of like, why not when you're alive? Why we have to wait until someone die? That's what sometimes confuses me. But I do believe that whenever you do bad things in the world, in this world, there's always something bad come to you. It's not like a right away thing. It's not like magically there, but sometimes it's going to take time. But I do believe in karma, a good karma and a bad karma.
I want you to know something. This is sincere. I want you to know, when it comes to believing in God, I really tried. I really tried. I tried to believe that there is a God who created each of us in his own image and likeness, loves us very much, and keeps a close eye on things. I really tried to believe that, but I gotta tell you, the longer you live, the more you look around, the more you realize something is fucked up. Something is wrong here. War, disease, death, destruction, hunger, filth, poverty, torture, crime, corruption, and the ice-capades. Something is definitely wrong. This is not good work. If this is the best God can do, I am not impressed. Results like these do not belong on the resume of a supreme being. This is the kind of shit you'd expect from an office temp with a bad attitude.
I like that.
Between you and me, in any decently run universe, this guy would have been out on his all-powerful ass a long time ago.
I mean, for me, it's kind of like this. My parents are very religious. very religious. They teach us, they teach the kids about religion as well. Not like an extreme kind of a teaching, actually. But the more we grow up, the more moderate they are. Because I'm a quite vocal kind of person as well. I always say what I feel and what I think to my parents. I question things. For a very, I would say, religious person, they are pretty open-minded with the kids' beliefs, and I am thankful for that. But for me, I mean, the older I am, I feel like the more understanding I am with people who, different from me. For instance, if they're talking about religion, and for me, it's just, that sounded like so bullshit. I used to argue a lot. Now, when I'm older, I'm willing to listen and without arguing.
I say this guy because I firmly believe, looking at these results, that if there is a God, it has to be a man. No woman could or would ever things up like this. So, if there is a God, if there is, I think most reasonable people might agree that he's at least incompetent and maybe, just maybe, doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a shit, which I admire in a person and which would explain a lot of these bad results. So rather than be just another mindless religious robot, mindlessly and aimlessly and blindly believing that all of this is in the hands of some spooky, incompetent father figure who doesn't give a shit, I decided to look around for something else to worship, something I could really count on. And immediately, I thought of the sun. Overnight, I became a sun worshiper.
What?
Well, not overnight. You can't see the sun at night.
A sun worshiper.
First thing the next morning, I became a sun worshiper. Several reasons. First of all, I can see the sun. Okay? Yeah. Unlike some other gods I could mention, I can actually see the sun. I'm big on that. If I can see something, I don't know, kind of helps the credibility along, So every day I can see the sun as it gives me everything I need: heat, light, food, flowers in the park, reflections on the lake, an occasional skin cancer, but hey, at least there are no crucifixions, and we're not setting people on fire simply because they don't agree with us. There's no mystery, no miracles, no pageantry, no one asks for money, there are no songs to learn, and we don't have a special building where we all gather once a week to compare clothing. And the best thing about the sun, it never tells me I'm unworthy. Hadn't said an unkind word, treats me fine. So I worship the sun, but I don't pray to the sun. It's not polite. I've often thought people treat God rather rudely, don't you? Asking trillions and trillions of prayers every day, asking and pleading and begging for favors. Do this, give me that, I need a new car, I want a better job. And most of this praying takes place on Sunday, his day off. It's not nice. Say fine, pray for anything you want, pray for anything, but what about the divine plan? Long time ago, God made a divine plan, gave it a lot of thought, decided it was a good plan, put it into practice. And for billions and billions of years, the divine plan has been doing just fine. Now you come along and pray for something. Well, suppose the thing you want isn't in God's divine plan. What do you want him to do? Change his plan? Just for you? Doesn't it seem a little arrogant? It's a divine plan. What's the use of being God if every rundown schmuck with a $2 prayer book can come along and fuck up your plan? And here's something else, another problem you might have. Suppose your prayers aren't answered. What do you say? Well, it's God's will. Thy will be done. Fine. But if it's God's will and he's going to do what he wants to anyway, why the bother praying in the first place?
This is me with praying, you guys. I don't pray for things to come to me, like, God, please do this and that for me. No, but my prayers is usually about gratitude. Keep reminding myself that actually I have enough, although it doesn't feel abundance for some people, but for me, I do feel it's enough. I think if we practice gratitude every single day in our prayer, it's giving us more like enlightened. That's what I feel.
But as I said, I don't pray to the sun. You know who I pray to? Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci.
Well,
Joe Pesci. Two reasons. First of all, I think he's a good actor, okay? To me, that counts. Second, he looks like a guy who can get things done. Joe Pesci doesn't f*** around. Doesn't fuck around. In fact, Joe Pesci came through on a couple of things that God was having trouble with. For years, I asked God to do something about my noisy neighbor with the barking dog. Joe Pesci straightened that cocksucker out with one visit. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a simple baseball bat. So I've been praying to Joe for about a year now, and I noticed something. I noticed that all the prayers I used to offer to God and all the prayers I now offer to Joe Pesci are being answered at about the same 50% rate. Half the time I get what I want, half the time I don't. Same as God, 50-50. Same as the four-leaf clover and the horseshoe, the wishing well and the rabbit's foot. Same as the mojo man. Same as the voodoo lady who tells you your fortune by squeezing the goat's testicles. It's all the same, 50-50. So just pick your superstition, sit back, make a wish, and enjoy yourself. And for those of you who look to the Bible for moral lessons and literary qualities, I might suggest a couple of other stories for you. You might want to look at The Three Little Pigs. That's a good one. Has a nice, happy ending. I'm sure you'll like that. Then there's Little Red Riding Hood, although it does have that X-rated part where the big bad wolf actually eats the grandmother, which I didn't care for, by the way. And finally, I've often always drawn a great deal of moral comfort from Humpty Dumpty. The part I like the best, all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty back together again. That's because there is no Humpty Dumpty and there is no God. None, not one, no God, never was. In fact, I'm going to put it this way. If there is a God, may he strike this audience dead.
This audience, not him.
See, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Everybody's okay. All right?
God.
Tell you what. I'll raise the stakes. I'll raise the stakes a little bit. If there is a God, may he strike me dead. See? Nothing happened. Oh, wait. Got a little cramp in my leg. And my balls hurt. Plus, I'm blind. I'm blind. Oh, now I'm okay again. Must have been Joe Pesci, huh? God bless Joe Pesci. Thank you all very much. Joe bless you.
This is not like the first time for me to meet someone like this who really question about the existence of God, actually. Some of my friends also have this kind of a similar beliefs of the non-existence of God. And it's not that it doesn't make sense for me. It does make sense. If it's work for him, I think it's work for him. But for me, it's hard for me not to say that there is no God, because I am taught since the beginning of my life that there is something bigger than us. It's hard to remove that away. But it's easy for me to remove some of the belief systems in a religion that doesn't get along with what I feel, what I think about things. It's easier for me to do that, but to just get rid of the existence of God is just, I won't say it's impossible, it's just hard. For me, I do believe in God, and I want to believe in terms of my sadness, my depressions, my stressful life. I always feel that I am not alone. So that's what I like so much about believing that there is God. Also control my ego, my selfishness, is control my way of looking at things, my way of looking at other person, to humble me as a human, I guess. I think it's okay to question things, to question what you believe, to question what other people believe, And then at the end of the day, we are the one who decide which one we want to go, what path we want to take, what kind of life we want to be, right? And for me, if it's good for you, then do it. Believe on it. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will surely come back very soon, okay? Have a nice day. Bye.